well, we had two scares really. We had one, Robin Williams. We got a call from John Patricius at the sports clinic saying that he had a slight knee strain and that they were going to examine him this morning. The ultrasound didn't find any tears, but it will take him, I think, 24 to 48 hours for it to settle. So he won't be training with us for the 48 hours, and we do hope it will settle. So that's a little bit of a scare, but we're not going to call in a third keeper. We're going to keep Roman because we think he's going to be okay. The second one was Talani Solero. We didn't receive anything from the club or from Talani, but through media in Holland they said that he had an ankle injury. Well, we knew he was on the plane, but we didn't know anything about his injury, so we held our breath a little bit. When he got off, he said, "No, I've had a laceration. I've got 5 stitches in a gash. The stitches should come out today. Easy training today. Should be okay for full training tomorrow." And we did after that get a doctor's report from Holland. So those two are not okay today, but they should be okay within 24, 48 hours. Apart from that, everybody's fit and ready to go.
Are all the players in camp?
They're all here now, yeah. Which is also unusual, so that's a positive. That's a positive.
Percy, you've been doing quite well in your new team, and you are here now having to represent your country against Nigeria in a very, very crucial match, and of course the one that follows. But just take us through the transition where Percy finds himself now, where you're playing at world stages, and then you're getting to be playing international opposition, top-class international opposition with the Bafana team. Where's your mindset in that?
Yeah, look, it's a privilege for me to be here and speaking about Mr. Nelson Mandela and having to participate in the tournament, and also having the opportunity to go to AFCON. So I just have a privilege to be here, and my mind is on trying to enjoy every moment, like the coach always say, and try and learn as much as I could. And now it's going to be challenging, but with the help of my teammates, we can suffer all and celebrate all. So I'm just focused on trying to do everything that we want to do on daily basis to get better and to form better unity in the team.
Yes, so let's give Titi a chance. Yes, Titi.
Safa from ENCA. Coach, I'm not sure if you are able to give us an update in terms of the tickets, maybe you can help out there. But my question is around maybe looking at the Soweto derby. I mean, the tickets were sold out in 2 hours, and then now this is perhaps arguably the best game that Bafana Bafana is facing this weekend. Does it play a role in terms of the interest from the public, whether the slow, or does it affect the team at all?
I'm sure it affected our team when we went to Nigeria and it was packed full of Nigerians and they were very partisan and hostile. I'm sure that affected our players. And we'd like to think that they will get the same sort of welcome when they come to South Africa. I don't think it matters if the public at large think that we played well in our last game or we were great when we played Nigeria away or Paraguay is an interesting one coming up. This Nigeria game is big, its reputation is big, and I hope that because there are many South Africans who want us to win, that many will get themselves to the stadium and show Percy and the boys that they are behind them. So that's my hope and that's my belief.
Okay, let me take the last two questions. Tusha and Mr. Soweto. Okay, we'll take 3 questions. Tusha and Masora. Yes, Tusha.
Yeah. To go back a bit to the president. Over the many years, we've seen Nigeria playing Bafana Bafana and we've always been beaten by Nigeria, but things have changed. But you know the history between these two teams. You know how we suffered the days of Nigeria. even the embarrassment we suffered. What can you say to the coach and the boys going to this crucial match against Nigeria?
Well, what can I tell them? They went to beat Nigeria in Nigeria for the first time. I think that any other match other than Nigeria and South Africa on this continent this does not compare. There is just something special, and of course Neil is sitting at the back there. The Nigerians are still hurting because they could not come to defend their trophy in 1996, and South Africa became the champions. They are still hurting about that. Of course, that's now the history. But the history and the matches between South Africa and Nigeria has always been special. And I don't think any match that we played in the AFCON quite matches the South Africa and Nigeria match. And in this particular match, whoever gets the result is guaranteed in AFCON. And if there is an equal result in the end, then both would secure the positions. So this is a very, very crucial match for both countries. And I think that our board has shown that the bigger the challenge, the better the performance. And I think we'll get the performance on Saturday.
Thank you. Humulimo from the Sowetan. Mr. President, just want to ask, after every World Cup begins the new cycle for the upcoming World Cup. In terms of the steps you've taken so far, where we are, how would you gauge the level of where we are looking at the vision of the next World Cup? And the second question has to do with the Nelson Mandela game. A few days later after that, I think there's a couple of clubs locally who have CAF obligations and they'll be playing in the CAF. How are you going to deal with that, communicating with them? I think the coaches will can. Thank you.
Well, as you know, that international football is run on a 4-year cycle. The last cycle ended 2018 Russia World Cup, and the next cycle is to 2022. And obviously the coach knows that. And therefore, every player in the squad today, you must add 4 years to his age, which means that you must think of renewal so that those players must not be 40 by the time you come 2022. The coach understands that, and he was talking about the quality that we have and the youth. From our side, of course, we had to make sure that our under-17 team must qualify for the World Cup, which they did. Under-20 must qualify for the World Cup, which they did. Played in the World Cup last year. That we must qualify for the Olympics, which we did in 2016, in order to bring the next generation of players. But of course, ultimately, it's a decision of the coach because he knows the challenge leading to the qualification of the 2022 World Cup. And we are comfortable, and we can see the emergence of bright young talent in all of our teams.
As far as the game against Paraguay is concerned, I think it's important that we've spoken about having a positive relationship with the clubs. I've travelled around, I've visited all the clubs, I've visited even clubs in the lower divisions, and I think it's really important that we have an understanding whereby they will help us if they can, and we will help them if we can. And I think that balance, without being detrimental to the success of the national team, we have to have that little bit of feeling that if I was the coach at one of those clubs, I wouldn't want my players to play 90 minutes and then another 90 minutes. I would expect the coach to have a little bit of feeling for South African football in general and say maybe these couple, they can play a half in one and a half in the other, for example. So we'll approach it with that in mind, and it's not a point that's lost on anybody. It's something we think about.
Thank you, Coach. The last question from the man who is on the market. He's on the move, by the way. He's a big star. But he won't tell you where he's going. He hasn't told me yet. There's no mess.
Is the shirt an indication where it's going?
My question is to Percy.
Answer the president first. He said you hinted where you are headed to.
I will tell you after the press conference. My question is to Percy and to the coach. To Percy, I think you came off the bench when South Africa beat Nigeria for the first time in a qualifying match. The front line that you were playing with, obviously Duke was not available, Mandela is injured, Keegan is injured. Are you feeling the responsibility to lead the line? Obviously Devo is there and looking sharp and like he can help Bafana get the goals. And to the coach, Nigeria have reportedly had some injury scares of their own. Does that play a role in how you prepare the team, or it doesn't factor at all?
I believe everyone in the team has a huge responsibility to the national team and to the coach. I personally, one of the players, are trying to do their best to try and win all the games. And then I share that responsibility with my teammates. Yes, we don't have other players, but then the guys who are here also, we share a common responsibility, which is to win against Nigeria.
If we look at the Nigerian squad, I think the goalkeeper's not going to be playing. I think he's out. He's replaced by a different goalkeeper. If we have Igalo, for example, they say he has a little problem. I'm not sure if he'll play up, but if he doesn't play, maybe Iheanacho will play. I think Nigeria got such a depth that I don't think I need to go into too much individual detail with Percy if he's playing against this centre-back or that centre-back. I'm more bothered what Percy Tau does, really. Yes, we will have a game plan, and yes, we hope it will suit them badly. But if I'm going to try to follow up on what I said, that we respect Nigeria but don't fear them, I don't think I can fill them full of what the Nigerians can do to us. I think we have to know that, accept that, get on with the game, and then make sure that we do to them what they don't want. So it will affect it a little bit, but I won't be going into massive detail. For example, Igalo or Iheanacho, it won't be he turns to the right, he turns to the left. It'll be more or less we work on our defending, there will be no gaps. If he plays and goes, then we track and release properly, that we don't sleep and ball watch. And if we do that, then we have a chance. And I think let them worry about their problems. I was going to say I've got enough of my own, but we've got our problems, we'll manage them. We're not going to start complaining and use that as excuses. The boys that are here, I trust them and I believe in them, and I think that we can, if we can find the balance in our game plan where we don't allow them to dictate the game, but we allow them to have the ball where we want them to have it, there is a difference. And then when they present us with some rather larger spaces, because we will try and stretch them out, that we use our speed and mobility against their strength and ability to keep the ball. So I think if we can impress our game plan onto the game, then I think we have a chance.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming.